Hey everybody, it's Crazy Even Carol. How you doing? Today I'm going to be setting up this Guoguan 2x2. So if you guys watched my what I got for Christmas video, I got this Guoguan 2x2 and this set of Angstrom Lube. Now it's currently February and I have not gotten around to setting up this 2x2 or using this Angstrom Lube. So it's about time that we do it. Now, in my Christmas video, I may or may not have forgotten that this is called the Guoguan Jinghen, more commonly known as the Zinghen, but now I remember, and it also says on the box, so you know. But anyways, I'm going to be trying out this Angstrom Lube. This is my first time ever using Angstrom Lube. I do actually have a Angstrom Lube cube, however, because at the New Jersey Championships, my friend Michael set it up for me, but I have never actually used it myself. But I really love the way that this cube feels now, so I definitely want to start using this for my main cubes. Now, Michael did lube this cube with Angstrom Lube, but he also used DNM 37 because I think, if I'm not mistaken, the Angstrom Lube makes the cube like smooth-ish or something like that, but it kind of slows the cube down, so you need the DNM to like make it faster. I'm not really sure. I do also want to point out that Angstrom Lube has been around for quite some time, and as usual, I'm just late to the party. So maybe this is just going to become a new thing where Crazy Cubing Carol doesn't know what she's doing and ends up messing up on something that was popular about a year ago. You guys will know what I mean if you saw my magnetizing a 3x3 video, which I also did to this cube. Alright, so now I did say that I didn't have the time to like really set up this 2x2, but that's not to say I didn't play with it at all. I have broken it in a little bit, and I really like the feeling. It's super smooth and light, and it has this sort of clicking feeling that I really enjoy. It does feel a little bit tight or something like that. I'm not quite sure if it's like a tensioning issue or if it's just I'm not used to this cube. But just by sort of my first impressions, I am liking what I'm feeling. But hopefully after I set it up with this Angstrom Lube, it becomes really good. Now, let's just take a quick look at this Angstrom Lube. If I'm not mistaken, this is Dignitas and this is Gravitas. They do have sort of different functions, and I think you're supposed to put them on like different parts of the cube, but I don't know what I'm doing, but I'm definitely gonna try it. So let's just open up this pouch. So here's the Gravitas, and this, if I can ever get it out of the bag, is the Dignitas, and the set also comes with 2 application sticks. Not quite sure specifically how to use these. I'm just assuming you dip them in and one's for each type of lube. But these are basically just like Q-tips. This is kind of scaring me because it looks like those cotton swab things they use at the doctor to test if you have strep, and that's terrifying. But anyways, let's get started. So I don't want to do too much lubing of the mechanism. I'm just really going to put it on the pieces. They're kind of greasy on the outside. And I can't get the Dignitas open, so good. Alright, so it turns out I'm just really stupid, and this wasn't sealed, but this was. So, woo, this is off to a good start. Whoa. Alright, so here's the Dignitas, and it looks like milk. Alright, so here's the 2 lubricants. Here is the 2x2. I'm just gonna try it. I'm really excited to see how it turns out. So I'm just gonna say, this stick is for the Dignitas, and this stick is for the Gravitas. So I'm gonna start with the Gravitas, and I'm just gonna put it on the pieces. I might be doing this completely wrong, but you know what? I'm just gonna go with it. You know, it kind of bothers me that there's some on the lid, so I'm just gonna take it from here. I just realized I also don't know how much to use, so I'm gonna go with what my instincts tell me. That might be too much. Alrighty then. Just break this in, I guess. Try to spread it around, because I did just put it all in one piece. I genuinely can't tell if there's a difference. Like, I don't feel that much of a difference. It kind of feels a little smoother, but also a bit more sluggish. I don't know, I'm just gonna keep breaking it in because it definitely does not feel fully broken in. I don't know, I don't feel that much of a difference. Maybe I didn't put enough on. Oh wait, feels a bit smoother. Maybe a bit faster. Actually, take it back. It feels smoother, but definitely more sluggish, which is actually what I was expecting. Alright, so I've just been playing around with it for a little bit. I don't feel that much of a difference, but I'm gonna pause on applying the Gravitas in the cube just for right now, because I do want to try the Dignitas, and maybe when you put the Dignitas in, it'll like change it up a little bit. So we're just gonna experiment. I know you all are probably cringing and telling me that I'm doing this completely wrong, but I'm a little bit more afraid to use the Dignitas because it looks like a combination of milk and mayo, but we're just gonna do the same thing. I'm gonna take a little bit just from the lid and apply it just onto the pieces. Also, I don't know if these application sticks are like reusable. I feel like they aren't, but it doesn't really make sense for them to only give you 2, so I'm just gonna assume they're reusable. And if not, then I'll just use a Q-tip or some other way to apply it to a cube. Whoa. Oh, Jesus. First off, lube is going everywhere. But it definitely feels way faster. It sort of just went out of control there for a second because it went from super sluggish to really fast. Whoa! So it feels as if the Gravitas smoothed down the feeling of the cube, and then the Dignitas almost sped it up. I'm assuming because it's just way more liquidy. So I really like the way this is feeling so far. I'm not going to add any more of the Dignitas because I don't want to overdo it, but I am liking what I'm feeling. So this cube is already feeling pretty fast, but it's time to add in some DNM37 and see how this changes things. So I have this teensy little bottle of DNM37 that I've actually barely used. I feel like I've used a lot more than that much, but you know, I'm just gonna put it in. I'm gonna put in like 2 drops because I feel like that's what you would normally put in, so I'm just gonna put in 1 there, 1 there. Now, when Michael set up this cube for me at New Jersey Championships, the effect with the DNM37 was like, it was basically instant. I had a very weird reaction.
And you're gonna feel it now.
Oh.
Yeah, I know, right?
Whoa, oh my god, wait, that's actually really good.
That's insane.
It went from like super sluggish to like...
Yeah, exactly.
Because I wasn't expecting it to be that instant, so hopefully it'll have the same effect here. But let's just try it. Oh. Oh, jeez. Oh, crikey. Oh, snap. Oh, whoa. So, the effect was definitely instantaneous. It got to a point where it was just, like, uncontrollable, because it sped up the cube so much more. Now the cube has a much more fluid feeling. I'm liking it. It feels pretty similar to when the DNM37 was first put in here. Surprisingly, this cube has actually gained a sort of buttery feeling. It actually feels a little bit more sluggish, which I kind of like because it was a little bit out of control before. This cube is just so smooth now. It's so fluid. Oh my gosh. It's kind of out of control because I keep dropping it, but you know, I'm just gonna wipe this down really quick because it is quite lubey. My hands are almost getting tired from playing with this cube because it feels like it's faster than me. Alright, so my final thoughts really just on this lubricant. I know people have already tried this lube because it was out quite a while ago, but this is the first time I've used it myself. And if you haven't used it before, I would definitely recommend using it because I feel a really dramatic increase in like speed in this cube, and I really like the feeling. If you haven't tried it, I would definitely recommend doing what I did. I didn't experiment all that much, but just based off of what I did, I would recommend putting in both of the lubes and then putting in like DNM37 or maybe just some other lube to speed up the cube because these do make it a little bit sluggish. I will leave a link down below in the description box where you can purchase all of these lubes and this cube. I'm really happy with how this cube turned out. This is definitely going to become my new main. Before I was just using like some Yupo or something, and this is definitely way better, especially after I took the time to lubricate it. If you guys have used Angstrom Lube before, let me know your experience with that in the comment section down below. I genuinely want to know because since this is the first time I've used it, I want to know if I did something wrong or if you guys would recommend something else. But anyway, I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you'd make sure to like and subscribe. I'll see you guys next time on Crazy Bean Carol. Bye! Do-do.